up for an exploration into the transforming EV industry landscape. For the next 30 minutes, we uncover the strategic map guiding electric vehicles through innovation, challenges, and the promising horizons ahead. I'm Azaria Tagaya, and this is Money Matters. Welcome to your favorite channel, TV3, where our program is also available in HD via Tonton. Now, today we're talking about electric vehicles, or EV, which is driving the future of the auto industry. And we are excited to have our guest in the studio this week, Wan Ahmad Wan Omar, who is the Executive Director of GBT Sendirian Berhad. Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Good, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Hopefully you're doing good, and hopefully you're ready for the discussion that we're going to have today. We are excited to learn more about EV and the future of EV in Malaysia, and we also want to know more about GBT specifically. So could you start off by telling us more about what GBT is all about? What is the core role of GBT, and what distinguishes the name from other companies under the Go Auto Group? For example, we know that GBT is more focused on empowering the advancing EV technology in Malaysia. So maybe you could tell us more about that.
Well, GBT Sendirian Berhad is a local Malaysian company involving in manufacturing and distribution of commercial vehicles, including buses, trucks, and also vans. We produce energy-efficient vehicles, mean emission level 3 and above, then also using green diesel engine, as well as electric vehicles, and coming with hydrogen cell fuel. GBT Sendirian Berhad was established in 2016 by Go Auto Group of companies, where our role is to develop business roadmap in automotive, new technologies in Go Auto Group. We understand that by 2035 and above, all vehicles in the world, manufacturers, due to ESG compliance, will stop production of fossil engine and replace their production with EV vehicles. At the transition period, GBT is taking steps to give our services to promote and accelerate the usage of EV in Malaysian market. We had collaborated with several technology partners, including manufacturers, to bring in EV technology and EV products to Malaysian market. And the products that we are offering right now is commercial vehicles, buses, trucks, vans, charging station solution, which include charging station as well as energy storage system. We are distributor and manufacturer for brand Yutong, Higer, and also Go Auto Van. At this stage, we had delivered and provided EV technology education into several education and training centers and pilot use of transportation at several companies and also organizations. And moving forward, we are preparing ourselves to provide transportation solutions to mass market, meaning mass market totally change of vehicles, focusing on buses, trucks, and vans, and charging systems at the very beginning. And our future products will be MPV, still transportation for mass market.
I see. Fantastic, Encik Wan. Thank you so much for explaining about GBT to us. Now we want to understand, if you could shed some light on the current EV landscape in Malaysia. How is it like currently, and how do you envision the future of EV further transforming in the future? And what steps specifically are being taken by GBT in order to stay ahead in this rapidly evolving market segment?
Well, let's look into the world right now. Actually, the world already automotive producers and had put up the plan due to ESG compliance to start producing 100% of EV. For example, USA already put up their plan by 2030 to start 100% production of EV. European countries also 2035. Japan, China, 2035 will start producing 100% EV, as well as Korean. Korean a bit further away to 2050. So for ASEAN countries, they are followed by, for example, Singapore, Thailand, also Indonesia, had planned, put out the plans between 2040 to 2045. Malaysia now are putting up the plans for 2050. So these are the total environment, I mean the whole plan for the world. So GVT, how GVT shall work closely, and GVT shall work seriously to deploy 100% EV by 2035, because of world automotive is actually world automotive producers will 100% change to EV by 2035. So we will follow the world movement, because of it will affect the total supply chain of the world in terms of automotive components.
I see. Okay, now talking about being this push towards sustainability, especially in terms of vehicle production and also disposal, could you explain, share some insights into how your company is taking efforts in minimizing the environmental impact of electric vehicle production and also disposal, and how do you plan to promote a more sustainable sort of life cycle for your products?
Well, currently our product's life cycle is guaranteed by our manufacturer is 8 years to 10 years, depending on the usage of area of use. So actually it's quite a long time. The time is enough for all the users to actually recycle the vehicles, and the payback period already they already achieved the payback period within that period. So in terms of recycles of the vehicles, it's easy because the payback period is already done. What the things that we should look is at how to prolong the use of the vehicle for second use after the period of 10 years. So means we should be able to replace with new batteries or new powertrain at a cost of very much lower than the first purchase, or very much lower than the current fossil engine. Definitely, in terms of transport, maintenance of EV is very, very low, very minimum, no doubt about it. And what we have to do is another issue is the recycle of the batteries. Still at the very early stage for this industry to develop in a very high and modern technology, because of the quantity of the batteries right now is very, very minimum. But if we accelerate the use of EV, this technology will come very fast to support the infrastructures.
Indeed. All right, Cik Wan, now hold your thoughts on the battery technology. We want to know more about that, but it's time for us to go for a short break. Don't go anywhere. Wan Ahmad Wan Omar, the Executive Director of GVT Sendirian Berhad, is still with us after this on Money Matters. We'll be back. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us on Money Matters. You're still with me, Azaria Tagaya, and I'm speaking to the Executive Director of GBT Sendirian Berhad, Wan Ahmad Wan Omar. Encik Wan, now before the break, we explained about the overall EV landscape in Malaysia and the industry and how it's moving forward, basically. So now we want to learn more about GBT specifically. What sort of solutions does GBT actually provide?
Well, we have 4 solutions we offer to our customers. Number one is we have a technology provider where we can use their education, the system of EV, to bring in the education system of EV technology into Malaysia. And number two, the relevant products of EV at the point of time. What I mean is in the S-curve development of EV into Malaysia market, there will be a period where a suitable vehicles got to be placed in the market. So what we have right now is for public transportation is buses, EV buses. We have several use for EV buses, for shuttle use as well as for city buses, where it will provide a very great cost saving in terms of operations to bus operators as well as governments, especially in terms of oil subsidies. Number 3, vans. We have vans product also for cater out of town use or last mile, the use of last mile. And number 3, trucks, cargos, for cargos use, but still not the long haul, but the one that the truck cargos which can deliver product within their vicinity, within their area of use, mean not running away quite far from the station or the headquarters or their kitchen, for example, master kitchen, to deliver all the goods throughout their outlets.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, with what you explained so far and what GBT is doing to drive the push forward in the EV industry, what would you say, Encik Wan, if someone were to come to you and ask you, what makes GBT different? What sets you apart? What makes GBT ahead of its competitors? What would you say to that question?
Well, we have actually total solutions. Just now I already highlighted 2 points, education of EV, number 1. Number 2 is the relevant products at that particular time. And number 3 is the infrastructure of charging station and also charging solutions, which includes energy storage, which in this area not many players in the market will have this total solution. And number 4, the most important part is the financial assistance through leasing program. So we already put up into one program for the whole 4 solution, which every EV user, when they want to use, they need these 4 solutions.
I see.
That's why we are different a bit from them.
All right, fantastic. Now, when you explained to us a little bit earlier on the background of GBT, you mentioned that you started in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Now, take us back a little bit and tell us what was the scenario like? What was the landscape like then when you started out? And how has it evolved or changed over the years? And also, what are GBT's plans for short-term plans for 2024 specifically, and also your long-term plans for the coming years for GBT as a whole?
Well, back then, 2010 is actually a new automotive policy by the government, and they put out the plan for EV until 2030. And our time, during that time, we are one of the first few who been awarded with manufacturing license for EEV, energy efficient vehicles, by Go Auto Group. So at this point, we have started our research on the new technologies, evolution, especially EV, because of the policies drawn up by World Trade Organization on the ESG, and what they put up is the latest and the new technology will change the automotive scenario will be EV. There will be much more new technologies. For example, hydrogen fuel or fuel power propulsion, where energy is coming from the nuclear power. But the most closest, nearest technology which we can replace very quickly with the fossil engine is actually EV. So we did a lot of research and collaboration at that time. We want to study how do we actually penetrate and provide solution for changing of EV vehicles into our market. So that will be in 2016 until then after that we start developing with the technology that we have. While we evolve in the technology, updated the technology of EV, we work closely with education bodies, for example, MARA, or we have IKBN, things, or TVET group of students. Because the first important part when we put new technology into the market is the people and their know-how, how we want to manage, and also how we want to deliver the great technology. We still need the people to handle the things. So the first part is the education. We deploy our system, our technology EV, and then design into how we put the knowledge into our people. And then the second part is to support the industry with the pilots. You know, the pilot use. We don't use a small big area, big scale, but we use in a small scale, 10 units, 5 units of the EV vehicles. So we understand the whole, how does the EV vehicles impact surrounding, impact the use of the vehicles, as well as how they give values to customers and to users especially.
All right. Yeah. Now, we want to know more about GVT, and especially with this push towards renewable energy, how GVT is contributing towards clean energy initiatives. But we will be talking about that when we come back from the break. Right now, it's time for us to go for another short breather. Money Matters will be back after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Money Matters. We are still with Wan Ahmad Wan Omar, the Executive Director of GVT Sendirian Berhad. Now, Encik Wan, before the break, I asked you about the GVT in the initial stages, and when you started around 2016, what was your vision then and how has it shifted? Now we want to look towards the future. What exactly is in the pipeline for GVT in this year and also the coming years?
Well, we have big plans, especially in EV, where started with the groundbreaking for the last January with our joint venture companies, CarePlus, to set up actually manufacturing complex of producing more than 30,000 vehicles. But as for commercial vehicles, where my focus is actually the facilities will produce more than 10,000 units per year. So the big plan is actually to support Malaysians to change to EV, especially in public transportation, as well as in commercial vehicle segment. Means transportation for goods, for cargo within the closed areas, which actually contribute a lot of saving based on our studies. Based on our study and research, and also deployment of pilot units, we can see the saving of cost saving alone is actually will take place more than 40% of the total ownership cost of the vehicles. So the public transportation can play a very active role and important role in deployment of EV. So our plan, we will focus on providing support and solutions to the end users, to customers, to governments, to deliver the good products into the market and to better make our services much more improved and better and much more efficient, so that the public transportation will have the feeling of very comfort transportation solution. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what GVT has planned in the pipeline for the future. We also want to know about, well, considering this global push towards renewable energy, we want to know how the EV market segment is actually contributing to and also adapting to the clean energy initiatives, and specifically what is GVT doing to actually contribute towards this transition?
Well, producing EV or electric vehicles is actually zero emissions. Yeah? Electric vehicles is zero emissions, where our investment in putting up the facilities, production facilities, factory is a huge. Yeah? Take more than 600 millions into to put up such a big plant. So it is our effort to contribute more to the nations, especially in terms of replacement of EV into the markets. The sooner we change, the sooner we replace the vehicles, actually, the faster our world will be green and our environment will be clean faster and faster. So we will get a healthy environment at faster time.
All right, all right. And earlier you mentioned about battery technology. Now, concerning the challenges that are related to battery technology, as you explained a little bit just now, how are you actually adapting to or navigating the challenges related to battery technology? And how do you look at perhaps creating some innovations in this aspect?
Well, in EV technologies, batteries is actually play a very important part of EV technology, but also battery is the source of fires or safety for the vehicles. One of the safety concerns in the auto electric vehicles is the batteries, because of the hazardous in terms of fire. Yeah? So what is very important is how we condone, how do we take steps to ensure the safety of the vehicles by producing a high quality safety batteries. This is where our partnership with Yutong is very important, because Yutong have developed their technology where they use they do the fire prevention within the battery itself. So they provide the safety system. They use nitrogen-based material to actually enclose the battery materials, the high flammable materials in the battery itself. Therefore, if the fire occurs, it only occurs within inside the battery. It won't explode, as well as it won't spread the fire.
All right, Cik Wan, before we wrap, very briefly, as you mentioned just now, your collaborations with Yutong and Higer, are there any future plans to collaborate with other international companies?
Yes. Number one is to complete the total cycle and solution for EV. which is in energy storage technology, as well as new energy. Yeah? So this is where we are currently looking into the right partners and right technology providers outside the market of Malaysia to actually to combine, to integrate with the current our technology providers in transportation. For example, Haiger and Yutong is our good partners. Actually, they are very reputable partners in terms of the world supplies of buses and also trucks and also vans. So we will continue to complete the entire solution, entire circle for EV technology itself.
All right. Well, Encik Wan Ahmad, it's been amazing speaking to you, but that's all the time we have for today. Once again, thank you so much for making time for us on Money Matters today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. It's our pleasure as well. That was Encik Wan Ahmad Wan Omar, the Executive Director of GBT Sendirian Berhad. Thank you so much to you for joining us as well. You've been with us on Money Matters. And remember, if you missed any part of today's episode, you can always catch it up on Tonton. And be sure to join us again next week, same time, right here on TV3. Until then, I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend.